Hello, welcome. I am Sarah Poet of Embodied Breath and sarahpoet.com. And I'm here today to talk a little bit about the shadow and how it manifests in relationships, and one pattern in particular. And then I think we're going to do a clearing here today. So, welcome. Come as you are, wherever you are, whether you are in relationship right now, whether you have been recently in a breakup, or maybe a past breakup is preventing you from trying again, or maybe you are ready to enter into partnership. This applies to everyone. And I really want to stress here that we are responsible for ourselves. And even if we are in a current partnership, this is not exactly to take to your partner and say, I think you should do this because you've got this shadow. Okay, this is for your own exploration. And I really suggest that if you are in an evolutionary relationship, hopefully you are, if you're in a relationship, or one that shared growth and consciousness is mutual, then take this in excitement and say, I'd like to share this with you. Maybe we could do this together. What arises for you when you hear these things? Okay. So, um, shadow and relationship. Recently, I've been studying a little pattern that happens, a big pattern that happens. Let's be real. When we have unconscious shadow material, which is material that is in our unconscious mind that still rules and directs some of our behavior and comes from something negative or unpleasant that has happened to us. Potentially a trauma, potentially a relationship gone wrong, potentially something that happened to us very early in life. We might not even have the cognitive awareness of what has happened. Believe me, I've walked enough trauma recovery to know that you can know things in your body and not know them in the mind. And please do not doubt yourselves. You know what you know. So when something has happened to us and we feel the resistance in the body, or when we're in a relationship and it challenges us and then we close off in some way, or we start to react, we get really bossy about the other person's behavior or wanting to manage the other person's behavior, this is a sure sign that you are in shadow. So when something has happened to you in your past, and now you want your partner or future partners, or even like other relationships like parents, but I'm not really going to go there right now. So when something has happened to you and you have a fear in your body or a flight or fight response in your body, and then you want your partner to mitigate that or change their behavior because of what is unresolved in you, this is a shadow pattern that is very, very toxic and destructive to relationships. Good news is it can be helped, okay, by becoming conscious of your own behaviors and of your own fears. I'll just say something for a moment about growth and relationships. So I coach couples and I coach individuals in how to remove these layers of what blocks us from being who we are. And a lot of time in relationships where we're trying to improve the relationship, there's a stigma that you should be coming to the relationship whole and figured out or something, and that you should not have anything wrong. And so we try to hide these shadow parts. And a lot of people get into like pretty far into a relationship or married or something like that, and then the shadows start to come out, and then you think, I didn't know this about this person, or why are they acting this way, or why are they acting that way? And that's also what destroys a lot of relationships. But I'm here to say that if you change the whole way you do relationships to conscious union and evolutionary love, then you can grow together. Like, all is not doomed. So let me speak to evolutionary love for just a moment, because this next activity that we're going to do will be in that vein. So evolutionary love is, or I use the two terms kind of interchangeably: evolutionary love and conscious relating or conscious union. So if something is in the subconscious, that's shadow material, and then you bring it to consciousness through your relationship, it's conscious relating, and then you both grow and evolve, and it's evolutionary love, where the concept of, you know what, you're imperfect and I'm imperfect, we're in human suits here, just souls trying to evolve, and so we're going to grow together. It's much more inviting, much more accepting. We get to be our real selves in relationships like this. We don't have to hide. We don't have to, a lot of people, especially women, have trauma patterns in their bodies from past relationships or past wounding, and then we try to hide it in our next relationship. Okay. Or we look to the next relationship to be the one that proves that we don't have to live in that pattern anymore. How many of us have done that, right? Hand raised over here. So when we come back to ourselves, and we need to be gentle with ourselves. We are evolving souls in human suits, like I said. So when we are in this, like, okay, I'm going to look at some subconscious material, I'm going to look at this shadow, I'm going to look at why I'm trying to control the behavior outside of my partner to mitigate what I want to, I'm trying to prevent myself from feeling on the inside. When we're doing that, it's scary territory, because we're coming into trauma territory. We're coming into what has not wanted to be revealed, or has not been safe to feel. And so these are really important areas to just come with gentleness and compassion, as you would a small child. And if we are able to see our partners in their evolution in that compassion, I tell you what, relationships get a whole lot sweeter. Okay, so that being said, we're going to go into a clearing here, or I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to see what wants to happen when I close my eyes and we start breathing together. Let me say a few things first. So I am a trauma-informed healer and life coach, among other things, okay? So when I'm talking about traumas and then I'm taking you into a meditation, it's trauma-informed and trauma-sensitive. That means that we're not going to go in and say, look at that trauma, rip it out of there, because that's not how trauma works, okay? It is a slow, compassionate process, one that we want to bring a lot of love to, okay? So that also being said, because I don't know everyone who's watching this video, this is just a little taster, and it is meant to be healing, and we're going to evoke some healing activation, and yet, don't use this in place of other trauma, therapies or anything that you're already doing, consult physicians and all that. Like, I'm not here to give you medical advice. And that being said, if you like this kind of work, and I am available for long-term work with couples or individuals who want to do the resolution of some patterns that may have resulted from traumas. Doesn't matter when the trauma evolved, it's there. It's affecting your capacity to connect. It's affecting your capacity to have the love relationship that you want. And so therefore, it is worth clearing and healing in the now, okay? So as we're beginning to breathe together here, and I'll invite you to go ahead and find a comfortable seat. If you're driving, don't do this when you're driving. That makes sense. And go ahead and start to close your eyes or look at a place in front of you and like pick a spot if closing your eyes is uncomfortable, and start to go into your breath here. Tracking your breath, which means following the inhale and the exhale with your mind. I'm going to close my eyes too. So we begin by being increasingly gentle with ourselves. Notice where you are in this time and space. Notice what's clenched. Maybe something wants to move a little bit. That's okay. Maybe letting out a breath with a sigh. You can do that as many times as you want, as is comfortable. A good little trick to know is that when you add sound to an exhale, it calms the vagal nerve, which is trauma sensitive and supportive to the body. So bringing in that exhale or that hum. Good. And while you continue to track your breath, going to tune in here to what wants to happen. Okay, so what wants to happen first is that you notice where you are grounded. So, where you're sitting, where you're standing, how your body is supported at this time. And then I want you to feel that support from within your body. So, feel the weight of your body being supported by some other piece of matter. Very good. So we're starting to notice our embodiment here, if you wondered. And now breathe into that gravity, that sense of gravity. Find the depth of the breath. Very good. And then whatever this means to you, let your breath guide you, and your mind is beginning to relax, not needing to know everything. I was just talking to you from a matter of fact place, and now we're going into maybe a not knowing place. And there's some relief and relaxation around that. Very good. And now, everyone, I want you to imagine a very tall pillar that flows through you, and your spine is the center. And this pillar can stretch up, up, up into the sky, into the unseen realms as far as you'd like to stretch it. Intuitively follow that. See where it connects, and then follow this pillar also down, down, down into the ground as far as it wants to go, and intuitively follow that as well. And then notice what the establishment of this pillar has done to your breath. To your breath awareness. Where is your breath flowing now? So good. So you're starting to get a little bit bigger, right, in your body. So now I want you to breathe to the edges of your body. Breathe as if every cell is breathing at one time. Okay, and you don't have to try hard. You just invite, breathing to the edges of your body. Okay, now this is surprising me coming through, but I'm not surprised ultimately, but here we go. So I want you to make your breath and your body a little bit sexier, whatever that means to you. So does the throat open a little bit? Do you become a little bit softer? Do you feel this in your root chakra? How does it feel to breathe with sensuality to the edges of your body, even up and down this pillar? Okay. So here we have some collective shadow energy coming in, and there is shame coming in around just shame for being sexual. Okay. So if that is arising in you, what you're going to do is ask it to come out in front of you so that it is outside of your pillar. It can be a ball, it can be whatever shape forms, and it's leaving your body and it's coming out in front of you, but it's outside of the pillar that you have established. It's no longer in your field, in your pillar. And then imagine that there is a garbage chute that goes down, down, down into the earth. And you just allow this. You don't even touch it. You allow it to go down, down, down. And I got that garbage chute doesn't feel good to some people, but what happens is that the earth is actually very, very ready and very, very able to support the recycling of energies that no longer work for us. Okay? So, gratitude for the recycling of this energy of sexual shame. Tune into your body right now and see if there's any more, any left. And bring it again out of your body, out in front. Let it collect into a ball, like a ball of winding string or a ball of fire, whatever visual works for you. Good. Letting it pull from any area of the body. A lot of heart energy coming right now. Okay. And then let it clear from the head as well. The need to know, the need to figure it out, the need to remember the exact details. Let that go right now, too. Okay, very good. And sending it down, down, down into the earth, into this garbage chute. Thank you. Thank you, Earth. Okay. So then we come back into our bodies and we begin to trust that this process is going to clear some more of our stuck shadow energy. Okay. So we're just going to run through a few things that could be in the collective field right now, in the collective of who's going to watch this video. And what's coming up next is how will I ever find them? How will I ever find them? So allow that energy to rise up out of the body. Now you can let it go. Very good. It's lifting from the shoulders, from the chest, forming a ball outside in front of you, out of your pillar. Having compassion for yourself for having held this. Letting go of the need to know and the need to find out. I know it's a big ask. There's a lot of support at hand that you do not have to know everything that needs to be done. let that need to know go into the ball in front of you. Ask that cleaning and clearing continue to happen. And then down the garbage chute that is outside of your pillar. And then take a deep breath, feeling where you're supported in your body on the chair, where your feet are supported. Breathing into your heart for one breath. After we clear, we always come home to ourselves, to our core. And then invite into this pillar through your head more of your own soul light, soul truth. You don't have to know what that means. Feel any sensations that you feel. And breathe into that. And then we're going to do it again. Okay? So we'll see what's arising. And we're going to work with some of the fear that's trapped in the body. So letting your system know right now that you're safe. And knowing that things will only move to the degree that you're ready for. There's a divine plan there in healing. And so you won't get more than you can handle. But notice what happens in the body when I say that there is fear that is blocking your ability to truly connect with others. Notice where that fear is in the body. Okay, and rather than take it outside the body in the ball, what we're going to do with this one is you continue to breathe into it with that open throat, that open channel, but stay with it with compassion. Very good. And there's some clearing happening of the fear. Staying with it, just breathing with it. It's almost like your breath is supporting it like a gentle hand. And as you do that, the fear gets a little bit lighter and a little bit lighter. You might hear me snap my fingers or make sounds, and that's just helping it to clear. So stay with it. We're still with the fear that arises, that prevents you from connecting. Very good. Notice what happens when you give yourself permission to be gentle with yourself. Okay, and we're going to bring your attention up into the upper heart. I want you to breathe with an open throat. From the top of your heart into your throat and, up and out of your mouth, right? So that's your channel. Good, and I'm going to do a little clearing work in there in the throat. My kittens are here to help, and they're making some noise, so just flowing with that. Okay, so left side of the throat. Good. Okay, and now I want you to connect with your awareness, the back of your heart to the back of your throat. And it might even make your head kind of come up a little taller. And this is a good enough energy, okay, that's kind of stuck, or like a not good enough energy. So an affirmation here would be, I am worthy. So you can hold that affirmation and hold the awareness from the back of your heart to the back of your throat. Okay, there's a little bit more that wants to clear from the head. There's nothing you have to do. So, I mean, except we're going to put your attention there. So, with your mind's eye, focus as if there's a crown of yellow light that lays on your head, like around your forehead to the back of your head, okay? It could be halo-esque. It's just laying there on your head right now, doing a little work for you. And you can also understand that the way this yellow circular light is positioned, it connects in with that pillar. So understand that both are assets to your true knowing. Very good. There's some alignment happening. Yeah, and so this need to know when we're in relationships that are seemingly flawed or that are difficult or we haven't found our partner yet, there's just such a want and need to know. But here is what is coming through for you to know right now. The best way for you to find, to discover, to have, to hold your beloved is to connect in with your sense of your own divinity. It's your own divine truth. You don't, oh, so good, y'all. That was powerful. So you don't get that by thinking about it. You get it by aligning with the truth of who you are and by clearing your shadow. Okay? So here we are, and this yellow, like light around our head is connecting in with the pillar that's surrounding us. And we're opening. We're opening to receive the truth of who we already are and welcoming in any fragments of our own soul that have fragmented because of this trauma and love. There's a lot of returning. Allow the returning and allow it to fill in through the top of your crown and then down into your system, into that space in the left side of the throat where we cleared, into the heart, the front, the back, into that seat that's supporting you. Very good. Just allow it to stream in. And as it streams in, bring your attention, your breath awareness now down to your lower chakra, to your root. And breathe fully and deeply and completely into your root. You might have an affirmation arise, a mantra of some sort. I am here. I am love. I am embodied. I'm worthy. Breathing again to the edges of you as if every cell is breathing. The embodied breath. Knowing right here, right now, that you are made of the stuff of divine. Knowing that you can be with your fears, that others will be with you with your fears, that you are not alone. Knowing and forgiving yourself for every time you ask someone else to mitigate what wants to be resolved in you. The work is right here. And others' work, if you have a partner who's asking of your life force, again, their work is right there. Breathing to the edges of you, breathing into this pillar, just really noticing where you are. I want you to keep doing that and open your eyes at this time. So good. Coming into this sense of self, this newly established sense of self. We did a little bit of a clearing, not too much that it's going to jolt anyone's day. And you might feel an increased sense of relaxation or like a need to take a nap. Don't try to think too hard about it. You don't have to like try to journal it out and figure out what left, that kind of thing. Do something that's replenishing. So drink water, go for a walk in the woods. You don't need to think. You don't need to know. You need to be you, and you need to love you. Okay. I'm going to tune in one more time and see if anything else wants to come through. Just a big thank you for spending your time here in this space when we remember the truth of who we are and really give ourselves permission to remember the truth of who we are. I believe that we absolutely change the world. We change our capacity to love and be loved. And it is my honor and absolute pleasure to assist in that work. So again, my name is Sarah Poet. I can be found and contacted via sarahpoet.com. I do 1 hour sessions and I do 6 or 12 week individual coaching with an energetic component. And I also do 12-week couples work in a very evolutionary, conscious sort of way. So if that interests you, you can book a consult after reading the website. And I look forward to hearing from you if that is aligned. So many blessings. Thank you for watching. Just so much love. You really get to you get to be you, and you get to be loved on this planet at this time. I know that it's true. I know that it's true. And yeah, until next time, take good care. Bye.